Oh, it turns off just like that.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the gray area. My name is Stephen Johnson. I'm here. I'm joined by my fellow mate here.
Jake.
What's your last name?
None of your business.
Oh.
Special guest today.
Is Martin?
Martin.
Martarius. Is that your actual name?
That is actually my name.
Hey.
That's crazy.
Martarius.
Yeah.
You know, when I was freaking in kindergarten, I couldn't even, it wouldn't ever fit on the name line. Like, I literally,
I can't spell my name.
it was the worst.
That'd be wild and inconvenient.
It's ridiculous. Like, why my mom do that to me?
Yo, you never think about that either. Like, if your parent names you something wild stupid, you have to, like, figure out how to spell it as a kid. And that's a real test.
What's my name? Fucking
Oh, your last name was probably
Blarchairmanarius? Fuck, I don't know how to spell that.
Like, what?
the Quandinarius.
Quandinarium.
Your last name was Tamale, so that had to be hard to...
I definitely misspelled that shit ton when I was like...
Would you put an E in there?
6, yeah.
There's going to be a new Tamales. Right? You got to edit some more round of applause into this. Hey,
Right.
Jake has recently got engaged. Hey. You're stealing all of our black women. You weak white men.
I was hurt.
No, you weak white man. You are stealing all of our beautiful, dark-skinned Nubian princesses.
Coming from 2 black men who are dating white women.
We are the ones who are
That is-
oppressed here.
That
Are
is
you?
very
Yes.
true.
Okay.
I know. I know it's second nature for you because you people are used to stealing people.
Yeah.
So it makes sense for somebody of your caliber to steal someone. What are you going to make her do now that she's your, and fiance? I think that's a fancy word for it.
Slave? Is that what you're trying
Wow,
Oh,
I was
God.
gonna say
Is that
someone
what
you
you're trying to
love.
say?
I was gonna say
Jeez.
fancy word for someone you love or girlfriend. He jumped to slave.
Wow.
Anyways, we have Martin here.
How are you, Martin?
Yeah, how are you doing,
You know,
man? How's
guys,
the day?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm glad to be here. When I first saw this stuff on Facebook, and I was like, I gotta hop on this.
Oh, really?
Like,
I was about to ask you what
literally,
prompted you to come on this bitch.
Just, I loved it. I loved the conversations y'all were having and just how open it was.
Yeah,
It was like,
you see me schooling his cocky. I'm just kidding.
I liked it a lot, man.
Good, yeah. Good little duel of the fates because he's not black, but he comes from where you come from, literally.
Literally,
yeah.
Literally don't.
And I am black. I
Literally
don't
don't.
come from where you come from, so it's not. It was a nice little change of pace.
That's for sure.
So I guess I want to kind of condense your growing up. So like you are originally from Chicago, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay, and then when did you move out here?
I moved out here when I was like 3 or 4.
What?
Really though, we went to Baldwin. I had lived in Baldwin
Okay.
before I even came up north. So
Who'd you live with in Baldwin?
my mom, single mom, and my
Okay.
brother and my sister at the time.
Okay.
We were all very small. That was really like, I don't really remember a lot
Uh-huh.
because there was a lot of events that happened and shit
That you
were
weren't aware of, but that were happening.
right that were
okay.
happening. I really just didn't understand it
When you were
all.
like 3 and shit.
Yeah, like just shit was just not making sense to me. But
So what was the course of events that brought you here? Like what caught? Like I mean, just to put it on the air, you have an adopted family, right?
I do have an adopted.
So how
I'd
did you-
hope so because I met your adopted parents and they're pretty fucking white.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
So how'd you go from single black mother? It was you, your brother,
My
and your sister, right?
Yep.
So how'd you guys go from living with your mom to not living with your mom? if you
We
don't
went
mind me
through.
asking?
No, I don't mind. You know, she had made some mistakes and got into a lot of trouble at the
Well,
time.
like drugs or something. Both my
Drugs,
parents are
right.
felons, so yeah.
Yep. Straight up like that shit. And you know, it was the night. I remember the night as clear as day. You know, we were playing in the yard. It was like 8:00 at night, and it was dark.
Dang.
And we were just playing as kids running around.
Mm-hmm.
And next thing I know, I see all these flashing lights coming down the road.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was like, oh shit. Like, as a kid, I didn't say oh shit, but I was like
you were,
shocked.
You were shocked. You were
Like what?
startled.
So they all just pull up, and we got cops running into the house.
Fuck,
Everybody's getting arrested. I
God.
see my mom getting arrested.
Mhm.
Jesus.
And so we ended up at the police station that night. And from there on, I just remember going to foster care. I don't even remember the drive over there. I must have fell asleep. Because the next morning, we were straight up in foster care going through the system. And we didn't even know where our mom was. Like, that was it.
How
Like,
long were you actually in foster
Yeah,
care
how
for?
long-
I
were
was
you
in
in the
foster
system?
care about 2 years.
How
2
was-
years, yeah.
How was your experience in foster care? If you can remember any of it.
You know, it was a lot of confusing because, you know, we had switched from like at least 2 houses before we got to our final house of our adoption. So it was kind of like a bunch of kids in one house. It wasn't like just me and my brother. You know, our sister didn't even come at the time because she wasn't even at the house. So
Right.
it was just us two.
Yeah.
And, you know, just kids you don't even know. Like, people just run around. They're used to it. Like, you just
Yeah.
get up in there. You're like 6, 7 kids in one home.
And you're just fucking. This is all a new world. For you. You're scared of shit. You're
literally.
like, I don't know. None
And
of
there
these
was no
people.
black kids.
Yeah, I
It
was
was
gonna say,
all
black
white
kids,
kids.
too.
So I was like,
No, where
Damn, so
was
your
the
mom-
foster home at? Like, where
Baldwin. I was in
Baldwin,
Baldwin.
so-
I was in Baldwin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So your
same
mom got
Baldwin. I stayed
lifted in
there.
Chicago, and you got ported all the way to Baldwin.
No,
Okay.
we moved to Baldwin.
Oh,
we were
okay, so
already
you
moved
to
in
Baldwin
Station.
being in Michigan.
Right, Baldwin, Michigan,
Okay,
right.
I don't
And
know.
that's where the arrest happened.
Yeah.
And we just located to a foster home in Baldwin.
Oh, okay, cool.
But I didn't even, as a kid, you don't run around the city of Baldwin. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know anything, so I
Yeah.
didn't even know we were still in Baldwin, really, though.
So, so you and your brother stayed together, and then you got to the house with your grandparents, as I've heard Debo call them,
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah.
And then they took you and Debo and actually adopted you guys.
Yeah,
How was that? That must have been like really dope for them. Or,
that
like,
was-
Did you guys feel any good about it? Bad about it?
We did. Well, saying, like, I'm not going to lie to y'all, like,
Keep it funky.
we had to, y'all keep it real, man. Like, there's some nights that we were in fucking, cages of sorts. Like, sometimes we didn't
yeah.
have a bed to sleep on. It was whatever you
Yeah.
had. So when these parents adopted us, we were like, when I first got to the home, they had airplanes waiting on the bed for us, all in our room
shit.
set up, like twins,
Aw.
everything. And I was like, wow. And we came with nothing but like a black bag full of clothes. That was it. We didn't have anything. We were both wearing like white beaters. I wish I had the picture to show y'all. But that's how we came. Like,
Jeez.
and I,
Aw,
you know,
I'm
and
not crying,
I,
dude.
you're right.
Yeah,
like,
some shit
that's
out
some
of fucking,
shit that
what's
was
that
real.
goddamn Blindside type shit. Yeah.
It was. It really was. But I just remember I was just happy to be comfortable at a place. Like, I was like, dang, never had all this. This is
Now,
real.
was there a disconnect with you from having white parents as opposed to black ones?
Oh, for sure, for sure.
What was like a major disconnect?
I think a major disconnect would just be trying to, I felt like they were great parents, don't get me wrong,
Right.
but like they didn't let us like get into our culture much. Like it was strictly like you didn't even like just know any of our people, like, and I was just like, wow, like as a kid we would try to listen to different music, expand dress, Jordans and stuff like that, and they were opposed to it. Like we couldn't do that
Why
kind
were
of
they
stuff.
opposed
Really?
I really don't
Just
know.
wasn't your-
I
like,
don't.
their
I
way
don't
they
because
grew
they're.
up?
You gotta admit, like they're. What is he like? Almost 80, and she's 73. So they lived in completely different times. It was just
yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
that's how they go. So when they got us, they were like, the stereotypical. We don't want you sagging pants. We don't
Yeah.
want it like gangster. They're
Yeah.
just, basically taking it from that frame. And I get it, because they've never had black kids. I mean,
Now, what happened to your sister? What happened to her?
sister, yeah, man. She wasn't there that night when we were over at the house.
Oh, so she got to stay with the fam.
Yeah, so she got to stay with the fam. So when my mom got out, supposedly she was supposed to come. She was supposed to come to her court date to see about getting my sister back and stuff. And she skated town with my sister, and that was the end of that. We had. 13 years had passed by, like,
Oh, until you
nothing.
heard from her again?
Yeah, till
Jesus
I heard,
Christ.
yeah. And that's a whole different story, because y'all won't believe how she had been searching for, she said 3 or 4 years for us.
Oh, wow.
And she had lived in Big Rapids.
Your
And-
sister?
no, my mom
Oh, your
and my
mom?
sister,
Oh,
right?
okay.
For the whole 13 years?
So for the
wow.
I'd say the last 2 or 3 years that she had been searching,
Oh,
she
so they
moved
were
closer and
close.
closer.
Yeah.
So while we're going to Chippewa Hills and stuff, they were just over in Big Rapids.
Damn,
for
20 minutes
just-
away.
Yeah, like, and we didn't know it.
Jesus.
We didn't know it. They didn't know we were over there. She just knew we were somewhere in that area.
Oh, but the place you were living was for sure the last place they would live.
Right,
They'd be
right,
like,
because they didn't. Yeah,
Weird. What the fuck?
Fuck? I didn't even know that
Exactly.
shit. I was about to call it shithole. No
Well, I mean,
disrespect.
it is a shithole, but Barreton, it wasn't even Barreton itself. It was like the little subdivision outside of Barreton.
literally,
Yeah.
you're right, and that was crazy. And my parents had went to Big Rapids for shopping of some sort, and they had went in McDonald's, and they always go in. They just sitting down. So, and then they said my mom had came over to them and asked us our old names. We went by We and Boo. We didn't go by Martin or
Oh, yeah, so they
Devon.
do
Like,
that, yeah. When you,
yeah, so those are our nicknames. So she's like, "Are you the parents of We and Boo?" And she had my sister there, and they said, "Yeah," and they said, "We've been looking for them." And then my parents got home and they were explaining to us that my mom had found us, like, and how we wanted to go about that.
Oh,
They
was
said
asking you guys.
if we wanted to see her, if we
Yeah.
wanted to continue any type of relationship with
Well,
her.
that's
At least
dope.
they
Damn,
gave you a
they're
choice.
like they're low key
Right.
unwoke, but they're a little woke at
Right,
the time. They're
but-
like, all right, listen, like we legitimately want to see if you love, you want. We're not gonna separate you from your birth mother if she's got right. I see. What you
Right,
mean.
Right, yeah. So that stuff was actually really awesome that they were able to do that for us. But, I never really took advantage of that. I only saw her maybe 2 or 3 times after that. I couldn't get the connection back. Like, my life had already started. I'm already
Yeah.
gone. Like, I'm off on the
Right.
race, and she's just coming late. And I'm like,
Right.
she wants to spend all this extra time together. And we had sports and stuff going on.
Yeah, it was
Right.
like you,
Yeah.
you missed the period where you kind of got in.
Right.
Yeah, the train was moving and
It was already
you
gone.
can't even. It's so fast now. You can't jump on. Yeah. How, do you think that what happened to you in your childhood has affected you as an adult in any way, shape, or
Oh,
form?
for sure.
What
for
do you?
sure.
In what way? Like the most major way? Do you think? Like, is it in your relationship or your friendships, or like how is it affected?
I think it's affected probably mostly just the way I feel overall about just daily things. Like, I just know how it feels to have nothing, to have a little bit of something. And I felt like that's been the biggest thing. Like, I never take anything for granted. Like, it's just that way.
If I may speak freely, I think that it might have affected your brother's ability to have an attachment to things. Like straight up, like I mean, like that, like that's real. Like I love Debo, and I think that's his like biggest. I mean, we know, like that's his biggest thing. Like he cannot stay attached to something, and I know it stems from that. Also, he can't eat off of anyone else.
Right.
That's what happened in the crib when he was telling me. I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit, yeah. So one thing I asked Lionel when he was on here that Jake wouldn't know nothing about scum.
All right.
What was it like going to a school where it was predominantly like white? Like, I mean, it had to be 80, 90% white? 90% white?
yeah,
had to be.
yeah.
More like 98.
Yeah,
somewhere
98%.
around there.
Yeah. What was it
bad.
like?
Oh,
Was there any overt racism?
Oh, for sure, for
Yeah.
sure. I'm not gonna go on a limb and say there was a bunch of racism, but
There was enough to say
there
that
was,
there was.
right, exactly.
Did you ever have an experience where you're like, yo, that kid, sorry, I'm
being Christmas time, down at my elementary, we always had that play. And I wanted to be Santa, man. I wanted to be Santa so damn bad.
no,
And
Martin.
can't nobody tell me nothing.
Yeah,
like that's how I
straight
felt.
up.
So I raised my hand. I remember in the class I raised my hand to be Santa to cast out, and one kid said, "You can't be Santa. Santa's not black." And I was like,
I mean, he's
I
a
think I
fictional
fucking
character.
remember that.
I
I
know
remember
who
I
it
was
is
like,
too. Yeah.
Jake's like, I was there. I was there.
Literally.
No.
So my teacher brought me out in the hallway, and she said she apologized and stuff, but she basically told me that this is something that's not going away.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
damn.
yeah,
Yo,
yeah,
listen, y'all
yeah.
got some racist people
Which
out there.
teacher
But
was
y'all
she
got
that?
wasn't.
some-
It was,
Which teacher was that?
It was Miss Suman. She was like, she
She's
wasn't
nice.
like
Yeah.
white. She was light and like she.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she
I was
had a
about to say,
little.
y'all had some raised people out there, but there were low key some people out there who were like down, like, yo, I don't care what color you are, I'll take care of you.
Literally.
Yeah, and it goes to show you it's really the tax bracket that matters most of the time. Like that's when they'll understand struggle and stuff like that. Because even Latier, like he had the Etheridges who like took him under their wing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And took care of him.
Right on.
But so do you think? What was I about to say? Did you have any challenges in high school specifically, or no?
High
It was a lot
school-
easier when you're in high school.
I think I think I grew more. So in middle school, like, we had some people that, a couple of groups that, said that, the N-word a lot.
Yeah.
I'd hear it at lunch. I've had a kid push me in the back, call me N-word. Like,
Really?
yeah, I really did. He was a new kid. He wasn't even from like here, so.
Oh, so he.
Yeah, so he was after me. He pressed me for a while. I'm not gonna lie. That was like coming in like 6th, 7th grade. So when high school came around, I kind of grew into my attitude, or if you want to say that, where I didn't really lash back out.
Yeah.
So I just kind of just got over it. I just was like, every time I
That defense
seem,
mechanism.
yeah,
I
I
feel
said
you.
every time I lash out, it's always, why is he lashing out? Why is he going crazy? And I was just like, I was over it. And when my bus driver was like, being a little bit, racist, like picking on me and my brother every single day. We'd have to sit down, like everybody else would be standing up and shit, and he'd just be after us all the time, man. And we had to go to the bus garage and get that situation figured out.
Yeah, I feel you. I was explaining to Diesel at work, like, because he never understands like why I'm so nice to people who are legitimately garbage to me. Like, I was a server, so like I have it in me. But the reason why I'm so nice is because as a black man, if you get aggressive, there's a chance that somebody could either shoot you, A, or B, call the police, which might be a death sentence in of itself. So you have to really take care of your aggression and only use it when it's warranted. You know what I mean?
Literally.
But I definitely wait for people to do something stupid. That's all I always tell people. I'm waiting for them to do something stupid in front of me. So then I have the cause to let all this out.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You work what I would assume it was you're just custodian essentially.
Yeah.
At night, but you work by yourself for the most part, right?
By myself.
How do you think that has mentally affected you? Do you think that has made you a lot more introspective as an individual because you have a lot more time to yourself?
Yeah, literally, it really has, man. And when you you stay up all night, man, like you think about a lot of stuff. Like I know, like people think stuff during the day, but try staying up all night. Like you gonna find some shit, like where you're just thinking in your head, especially when I'm just like cleaning, man. Like I'm just thinking and cleaning. I'm not even thinking about cleaning. I'm just like trying to explore the world. Like I've been trying to like really understand some answers and just like people just let Facebook feed them stuff. Like I've been looking at stuff, man. I've been like asking questions and why this and why that, man.
My biggest issue I have when I go on Facebook is like I never see anybody post anything that they don't agree with.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's only when it fits your narrative do you want to push it. And I don't like that. Because like my girl, for instance, is only friends with people on Facebook like she fucks with or who are nice to animals and stuff like this, who are like have the same agenda, have the same mindset. Whereas I'm friends with like people like Diesel, and I'm friends with like people like the most liberal people in the world, and I'm friends with like conservatives who literally think like Trump is God Almighty. Oh, yeah. But it's to keep myself well rounded. Because the thing is, it's easy when you stay in your bubble, it's easy to generalize the other side's argument,
sure.
And then you bring up buzzwords like you're a Trumper or you're a liberal or you're this or you're that. Once you label someone as something, it makes it easier to commit atrocities because then they're less than people. They're no longer you've dehumanized them with a label. And that's
right.
But I would figure you think about everything under the sun. Do you think it's like made your relationships with people better because you have that isolation?
I actually think it's made it worse.
Really? Why
I really do because
do you miss the free time by yourself when you're with people, kinda, or
kinda, and it's like that as well. And I start listening to people talk, and people are like, I'm sorry, people are fucking stupid sometimes.
Oh yeah, welcome to
like you got to be kidding
imagine
me.
How
like,
I go through life.
Literally.
Imagine how I go through life every day.
I swear.
People are dumb as fuck.
And and
not
I'm thinking,
I'm not the smartest person in the world.
No,
I don't say that in a degree,
right.
But I do take all information in and analyze it before coming to a conclusion.
Right.
Some people like to just do things,
just
do
very
little information,
very little,
and then don't question it either.
No, not at all, and believe it 100%. You can't tell them any different.
Yeah, I don't like sheep.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like it's cool to be a sheep now. I feel like
because
everyone is just so like, oh my god, like all the Instagram celebrities or influencers, they're all just so dumb.
Well,
right.
That's why I like
dumb shit.
I won't now. What I've gotten to do now, and I told him in this last podcast is I'll press someone and I won't tell them my belief system first. Because then if they know how I believe about the situation, they can be like, oh, you're biased or you're being nitpicky. Right. Now, if I ask you a question about, say, abortion, and then I'm prodding you, I'm wholeheartedly believe if you can't explain to me why you believe in something, then you don't really believe it.
Right.
You're just saying it because it sounds cool and you think you agree with it. You don't really know why you believe it.
Right, and that's what's just trending.
Exactly.
And that's what
so
you
don't
want.
be a fucking sheep.
Literally.
Bad.
That's the type of shit that I hate, man. I'm not gonna lie.
So have you? So I'm with a white woman. You're with a white woman.
Yeah.
He's with a black woman.
Yeah.
Have you ever dated somebody who was black?
No.
Would you
never
ever
have? Oh, I definitely would.
Oh, really?
I mean, if it was given the
Eric,
chance.
you hear his name?
If I was given the chance, for sure, man.
So it's not like a life choice. Like I'm never dating a black woman.
Yeah,
it's not.
It's just how it fell through. Like
right.
dating a white woman.
And I feel it's also about where we went to school and where we grew up.
Yeah.
I remember maybe 2 black women.
Nope.
Maybe.
Who else?
Well, it was Amani.
Well, yeah. And then Burns.
Yeah, and then Olivia.
Yeah.
But she was like,
what about Maria?
She was white.
No. I'm making it hot right now. I'm making it hot. I'm making it hot right now. Shh.
Oh, look.
No.
I
I'm
don't
making
even.
it hot right now.
Yeah.
All right, listen.
So there wasn't really like there was just white women everywhere. So it was kind of like that's what it was there.
Now, you and I had a discussion about this at a party before, right?
Yeah.
If your son was homosexual, would you be okay with that?
That is a big one. You know, I don't want to say it would sting to me. It would sting.
Why
it
would
would
it sting?
because I am just, I don't want to say, I'm homosexual, like homophobic. I'm not any of that. But
Well, you are.
well,
If it would sting that your son's gay, you're homophobic. But that's
okay. I suppose. Okay.
I don't
so,
use a label and be like, you're homophobic, you hate gays.
Right.
I use it as a spectrum, whereas like there is, I hate gays, I want to hang them up, and there is, I don't know if I want my son to be gay.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
They're not exactly the same.
So I fall in that.
One can lead to the other, but they're
Right.
not the same to any degree.
Right.
You
Because
can not want your daughter to date black people, but you can be like, I still want them to be able to vote, and I don't want to hang them from trees.
right.
Now, the double standard. Would you be okay with your daughter being a lesbian?
That's and that's something.
the same
Yeah,
thing.
same.
Yeah,
same
same
concept.
for me.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's still a sting?
Yeah, it still
Oh,
stings.
sting what?
Like,
If they like the okay.
yeah.
So why would
No,
it sting? I'm sorry,
because
we interrupted.
yeah, you're fine. Man, like I just feel like the way, what's in my head. I don't fully understand. It would be hard for me to not only build a relationship with my kid or daughter or son
Why?
because of that confusion at the beginning. Because what if
Why is
what if I say they're not gay all the way up until 10 and then it just happens?
Well,
What
how
if
about you? Why would you put that late? Why would you tell them they're not gay, or even have the thing in your head?
What
that
if
they wouldn't
that's
be?
what if that's just how they came? I see. I really don't know.
But why
fully
would
how
you
it
assume they come
understands.
either way? You should just assume that's your kid and you love them, as opposed to what they're gonna prefer.
See, that's hard for me.
Why is it difficult? Is what I'm asking.
It's difficult because
It's abnormal. You're not used to it.
I'm just not used
You're
to
not
it.
comfortable with it.
I'm not exactly. I'm
So
not.
I'm gonna throw
comfortable
this
with
back out at you. Would you say the majority of people are straight, and that's why you're more comfortable with people being straight?
I don't want
you
to
say
say
society- would you
because
say-
people that doesn't matter like that.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter to me
Would
because
you-
I am girl crazy. That is what I
Yeah,
am.
yeah.
Like I just like.
Would you say
females.
being straight is normal?
I'd say straight is normal. Yeah.
Would you
means,
say
yeah, that is
being gay is
straight.
abnormal?
For sure. For sure. That's the way it's.
And why is straight normal? Is it because it's what everybody else is? Is that the majority?
Majority, yes. That's
Okay,
why,
so I'm
because
gonna throw
that's
this back
what's-
at you, and I don't want you to take this as petty. This is a legitimate retort.
Uh,
The majority are white people. Are black people abnormal then?
Cliffhanger. we're ending.
yeah.
I gotta say,
By your logic, black people would be then abnormal.
I suppose, yeah. I
You
mean,
think black
that's
people are an
what
abnormality?
So
you would go up to another little black boy and tell him he's not normal.
Well, yeah. I mean, I for sure because I don't. Well, for me, being a black person, I don't want to be normal. I always want. So I've always just cherished my
Some
black
form
skin.
of I got you uniqueness. Yeah,
Right,
I
like
got
I'm
you.
glad I
You
got
wanna
this type
stand
of
out from
hair
the-
and this type. Like I love that. I love
got
that.
you.
I can't.
So you're thinking of normal as something like that's what everybody is doing. No, we're talking about like literal abnormality. Somebody's like,
Okay.
that's weird. That's not normal. That's what we're talking about. Not abnormality in the
Okay.
form of you're so unique because you're this.
Okay.
Abnormality and like that's weird. Don't bring it near me.
No, then I wouldn't do that. Obviously.
Yeah. So that's what I'm
no.
saying. Like
Yeah,
you wouldn't
for
be
sure
able to then
not.
treat sexuality that same way because
Right.
it just seems a little hypocritical. But
It
that's
is.
okay.
It
It's
is.
part
It
of,
is.
part of
You're
growing.
right.
I am of the firm belief because I know who you are. If
Yeah.
that were to occur, you would be fine with it. You would handle it fine.
Oh
and
yeah,
fix
I
it.
wouldn't, shun. I wouldn't shun it.
No.
I would just, work like I do with everything I struggle with. I work at it and I try to get better on it. I'm just, being black, I know how it feels to be hated and stuff like that
Yeah,
before you even get to know somebody. You know what I mean? So I would definitely never.
Which is weird
portray
because
that on.
our community, and I think you can admit, is like wild homophobic sometimes.
Yeah. I
But
agree.
like we talked about before, it stems from like wanting to be alpha. Like if you're not alpha, you can't take care of your family as a black male. Like that, it's all surrounded in how tough you are. Like
Right,
like,
literally.
even down to the fact of if you can defend yourself or not. Because if you can't fight, then you are weak in our community. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, like
For sure.
So. I say have like Jake's like yeah.
and
Anybody
for
want to
white
talk around
people,
the
it's about the taxes.
it's about the tax bracket. What would you say is the most important thing in a relationship?
I would say.
And this could be platonic friendship, or this could be you're at
Probably
like a relationship.
Can I just use a key word like trust?
Really?
The trust is just
Honesty.
Yeah. Trust is my number one. Trust is my number one.
So like, don't break trust.
Right, because if I can't trust you, then there's no reason for you to be around me. Because I don't know what you're doing when you're not around me, and that just goes. I mean, that goes for friends wise, and that goes for girls. You know, I mean, relationship wise is that too. Because if my friends are saying some shit behind my back or not, basically not defending and let somebody ran up my name. Like, that's not, I can't be around that.
Yeah, nah.
That's not good people.
That's why I fuck with you heavy, because like you have the same mindset, like honor above all else.
Literally.
Like, if you have no honor, even if you do the shadiest shit in the world on your own time,
right?
Honor at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like I can't fuck with you if when it comes to me you do some dishonorable shit.
Literally.
Yeah. So like I have to trust that when a situation gets real, not no play shit. No. That you will do what you need to do.
Exactly.
Because like for me, like the most dishonorable thing you can do is not take care of your kid. Because like my girl wants me to be friends with more like dads and shit. But see, my issue is if I saw someone mistreating their children or their spouse, I'd be up in flames. Like if I heard anything stupid or sideways, I'd be like, I can't fuck with you.
Right. Literally.
Yeah. If you make any one decision over your legitimate family, you know what I mean? Because like I'll come home 20 minutes later than I should, but I'm not eating before my kid. I really don't like eating before my girl. So I was like, you know, you got to take care of home first.
And that's high respect there. That's right there.
I have to trust you'll do the right thing.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. That's a big. Let's see here. How do you feel about the current impeachment inquiry?
You know, I haven't read a lot about this, and
Are you big into politics?
I'm not really that big into politics. I haven't voted ever since I could vote. I have not voted once. Yeah, right. And I will continue to do that. Right.
You don't care?
I don't care.
It's never changed my life directly.
Ooh, I think you.
It hasn't. It really hasn't. Growing up and the laws that would have affected me that Obama passed with like gun control and stuff that never affected me. So I was too young. And now here. How has my life changed? How has our lives changed from Donald Trump being in office?
So this is the thing, right?
We're already citizens, so it's not changing our life.
No, so this is the thing. It's a lot of hidden behind the scenes stuff. See, you say it doesn't change now, and then you get hit with the brunt of it, and you're like, oh shit, because it's small steps. Like Obama, for instance, he opened like the floodgates for surveillance, right? Like the whole thing that happened with
NRA
with Snowden and everything, right? Yeah. So like now they can do. Did you say NRA?
No, that's a National Rifle Association. What's the other one?
NSA?
NSA, sorry.
Yeah. But
One
anyways,
letter off.
he opened up the floodgates for people to be able to be spied on whenever, right? Like telecommunications and everything. Like for all phones to be tapped. And that's what Snowden got.
Right.
You know, he had to go sanctuary in Russia for this exact reason. And like that's stuff that's going to affect you. Like right now, like when you have Alexa, right?
Not hooked up, no.
No, but when you did, she's constantly listening to you. Your phone is constantly listening to you. Like that's all stuff that can be voted on. Do you like how the roads are? Do you think we have shitty roads?
Yeah, we have
something
shitty
that
roads.
can be voted on. I mean, like, you like how many taxes are being taken out of your check?
No.
Something that can be voted on. Do you like having to do your taxes like at all? You should be able to they should just come to you. You should have the government has all your information, right? Something that can be voted on. You like how much gas costs?
Really
it's too much sometimes, right?
Yeah, sometimes it gets scary. But lately it's been pretty decent though.
Even still, it could be lower. Let me ask you a question. You got health insurance?
Well, yeah, no, I have Medicaid.
Do you have good health insurance?
I mean, it pays for my shit, yeah. It's all right. It's decent. It gets me by.
Do you have copays?
A little bit.
Something that can be voted on. So you see, like, there's things that affect you. You just don't see them. They're hidden. Like, prices are starting to go up because of this trade war with China, obviously. You know, there's
Did we just end that deal?
No, we didn't end it. We only made it worse because of what was happening in Hong Kong that we already talked about.
Hong Kong?
Yeah, we just talked about Hong Kong. He just signed I think it's like Hong Kong Democracy Bill or something. The one good thing Trump did, right?
Mm-hmm.
And,
the one thing?
Yeah,
Come on,
and
man.
so
Stop
China
lying.
didn't like
Stop
that.
lying.
So they were like, yeah, we're going to postpone these talks of calling off, like, essentially.
So right now I'm getting you don't like Trump.
No, it's not so much.
Because I'm happy with this presidency.
As a person,
I'm fine with it. I hope he gets elected again.
Expand on that. Why?
Hands down. Because this is the numbers that I've seen in this presidency. And he's uncovering shit that, that other presidents didn't, man. He's not just sitting there. Okay. Sure, okay, so sometimes he didn't go about it the right way, but sometimes to get to that deep, dark shit with the Clintons and shit like that, sometimes you got to go right beneath them to uncave them right then. So if he has to go lower and do some shit that's maybe not, standard or appropriate.
I mean, every president's a piece of garbage.
Yeah,
right.
Well, at the end of the day, everyone.
There's just some. They did a gang of stuff.
Clintons did some fucked up shit with some
children.
We're talking about killing children. We're talking about human trafficking with children. You know Jeffrey Epstein?
Yeah.
You know, yeah. No. Right. The Clintons were involved in that.
My issue is there's that there's children being caged up. And that it might have happened under the Obama administration, but it's been expedited under this administration.
Right, are we talking about
you're
immigrants?
Yes, and you are okay with that.
You know, see, the immigrant thing with me is we're, you don't allow, we're not really allowing, but they're all coming over here, and we have a bunch of children. What is millions of children just in these camps, or whatever Trump camps they want to call them, and it's we can't even take care of our children here. You know, go to Baltimore, go to Chicago, go to some of these. Right. So we can't even take care of our children. You know how many kids are in the foster care? A shit ton. We can't even get them homes. So now we got these kids over here that barely speak English, barely just about to start off their lives. They can't work. You know what I'm saying? So if their parents didn't make it, okay, now you're here. Now what do we do with you? We have kids, literally our own kids that we still got to take care of and still got a place.
But do you think that all of the funds that went towards securing immigration could have gone towards feeding children?
Yeah.
Instead?
I do believe that.
Because in that aspect of things, putting money towards something that's like a flooding hole, basically you're just putting more money towards it instead of trying to plug it up with stopping immigration.
Right.
Stopping immigration stops more kids from coming, but you could also just use that to feed the kids we have. It's kind of an endless cycle no matter which way you go, but...
True.
So let me ask you a question. Would you, if you had children, or let's say you had children, Erica, would you do anything for your family?
I would do anything.
You would do anything? You would kill for them?
Yeah, for sure.
So if I told you, don't cross that line, but you have to cross that line or your children die, what would you do?
I have to cross that line or my children die.
That is what's happening at the border. And now let me school you in a history lesson. Where do you think those immigrants are coming from?
I don't know.
What was your assumption of where they were coming from before? Mexico?
More south.
Right. Central America, right?
Yeah.
And now the reason that we sowed dissent in Central America back in the 20s, 30s.
Mm-hmm.
So with big corporations from America, Dole, gigantic corporations, right? Farming anything from sugar to tobacco to literally anything down there.
Literally.
And we brought up regimes. We overthrew governments. The Panama Canal, we literally cut. We forced those people to have that canal there and then cut it through straight through the land. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those same people are coming to the United States because their country is such a shithole because of shit we did while we were down there.
Right.
And now we don't want to take responsibility for it. So what they say instead is these are all immigrants who are just trying to take advantage of everything good we have here. No, these are people fleeing, seeking sanctuary from things that we did in the past.
Right.
It's our responsibility to, to compensate for what we did. You know what I mean? There's got to be some type of reparation for that. Right. Now, I'm all for proper regulation and doing stuff the right way. Right? If everybody can stand in a long ass line and do it,
why don't they?
I don't understand why there's not just an open border.
So why don't they? If you know.
Also, a kid is born on this earth, right? You say we got foster kids here, right?
Yeah.
Let me ask you a deeper question. What more right does a kid here have to live than one that's somewhere else? Just because they weren't here first, they don't deserve to live any more than the others do? They have no more right to safety in a home?
No, you're right.
Yeah, so that that's essentially what it's and that's why I don't when people come with these conversations. That's why I'm still I'm friends with people who are of this mindset. Because if you've never had secular information, then you're gonna have this mindset. But most people want to alienate you, you believe you like Trump, blah blah blah. I'm not gonna do that. You think a certain way because of things that have led you to believe a certain way.
Right.
So let me tell you my opinion, and maybe there's a middle ground, or maybe we just have discourse so we can understand each other better.
Right, for sure.
I get irritated when people just because I'm guarantee you might have said oh, I agree with this guy, and people have shut you off entirely. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's ignorant. I don't like that. No. But yeah, so that's really what I'm trying to get at as far as that specific. Now, if you want to talk about, because like I said, you can't say that Trump hasn't done anything positive. The Hong Kong bill was a positive. Those people are.
Well, you say he's never done anything positive.
No, I said you can't say he doesn't. He hasn't done anything positive.
Okay,
that would be
gotcha.
incorrect.
Right.
He handed out candy to kids. No, I'm just kidding. But he sung the Hong Kong bill, and that was pretty positive.
Right.
Now there's a lot of negative. There's a lot of racism inherent in there. Do you know who the Central Park Five are?
No, I do not.
Oh shit!
You haven't seen When They See Us?
When They See Us?
No.
Okay, so there's a documentary on Netflix about 5 kids who there's a lady who was raped and murdered in Central Park. There were 5 black kids just in the park at that time, and they accused them of it. Coerced them all into giving like fake testimonies, essentially.
Like held them overnight in a police station, like
battering. Right, until they committed to something they did or admitted to something they didn't do. Mm-hmm. Our current sitting president, said to give them the death penalty. Tried to and took out an ad in the New York Times. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But a big newspaper outlet, if I'm not mistaken, and said all 5 of these boys our age.
He said something
younger,
on TV too.
They're like 19, 18. He said they deserve to die, sentenced to death. Right. Okay. So then they get exonerated, right? Like obviously they didn't do it. Right.
Yeah.
Then people go to him like, hey, these people literally got exonerated. They didn't do it. Right. And the guy, listen, the reason why those boys went free was because the actual murderer had more sympathy for them than our president does. Because when our president got elected and they asked him about it again after these guys had been exonerated and the real killer came first, they should have still been killed.
Wow.
Exactly. So it's like there's a lot wrong. Yeah. There's a lot that he fuels the fire for divisiveness. Now, one thing that's good about this presidency, in my opinion, is it's got a lot more people talking about politics. Way more than before.
Way more.
You know what I mean? Whether it's good or bad, people are still more aware of politics and the political realm and how it affects us.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Because, there's a lot of good that can happen if, we try to make change. Because, we're of that mindset, I don't care about politics. Meanwhile, your fucking grandparents are voting for you.
Right.
Let me ask you a question. You agree with what the fuck your grandparents believe?
No.
Probably not. Unless they're super liberal. Probably not. There's life values, and then there's how the world should be ran. You want some senile fucking 70-year-old telling you how you should live your life? Somebody who when they were old, fucking tuition was $1,000 and their house cost $5,000.
Right.
No. You don't want a person like that dictating how your life is, because they'll never know what exorbitant student debt is. You know what I mean?
Right.
They might have a taste of it, but nothing really crazy. They have the majority of the wealth, so it's there's that.
So is this the only what is a better option than Trump?
Better option is to just vote in general.
But what I'm saying, what is a better option
as opposed to Trump?
Right.
I don't like the 2-party system, right? I don't like Republican or Democrat, because that adds to the divide and it polarizes people. You're a Democrat, I won't even talk to you.
Right.
Oh, you're a Republican, you're an asshole, you're a conservative, I don't even want to talk to you.
Right.
And you would be surprised that there's a lot of things people will get along with if they just talk to each other, right?
For sure.
And then it makes for easier common ground. I would just a ranked voting format. Instead of you vote for this person, everybody's in a list. You put your 1 to 10, who would you most want as a president, as opposed to the least. Then it's more of, instead of what party you're voting for, so somebody made a good comparison there. When somebody fucks up on a team, right, on a football team, you want that specific player off, but you still the team is still respected, right? And that's how you see the government. You should all be for this of the same good cause. And when somebody isn't fucking doing what they're supposed to do, they gotta go.
They gotta go.
Right? But you still support the big idea of let's all work together and make sure everything is good and orderly. But you don't support people taking advantage of this system. Right, so they gotta fucking go. Whoever it is, whether they're being corrupt, putting money in the wrong places, lobbying. I say this all to say politics has a bigger effect than you think. You just can't see it now because we are not in the place to do it. But just think for a second. People might not like it, right? Or might not agree with it because they don't understand it completely. Because I don't know why. They think that there are going to be longer wait times, right? Universal health care is not too far away. There's a gang of countries who already have it, and it works well, right? Done the research.
Yeah.
I'm not talking out my ass. It works well enough to where... So, and I get annoyed when some people are like, oh, you'll have to wait longer or this, that, or the third. It's so if I break an arm or you break an arm, who deserves to get treated first? The person that was there first. That's it. There should be no differentiation. Not how much you make, not what you look like, not your sexual orientation, your religion, none of that.
Nope.
Whoever was there first, right? And maybe not even that. Whoever has the more severe condition, right?
That should be it. Yeah.
Should be the only
differentiation. I'd get down with that.
What more right to life do you have than somebody else, right?
Nothing.
I don't care if you contribute to society or not. Doesn't mean you deserve to die.
No.
I'm not of that thought.
People have right to wealth because they worked for it.
But see, this is the thing. In order to understand certain things, you have to be poor. You have to be poor. Unless you're poor, you will not understand certain things. Because, like, okay, so for instance, I took my girl down to Detroit, as you guys know, because I told you I was going to Detroit. And my girl always has these, like, to me, smaller problems because of where I come from. She comes over to my cousin's house. My cousin's complaining that somebody keeps stealing, like, the same group of niggas keep stealing the tires off of her Lincoln. So it happened again, and my cousins, my two male cousins, they followed these guys who were stealing the Lincoln, and in order to get my cousins to stop, the guys who were stealing the Lincoln shot up in the air, like with a gun to get them to fall back. So they fall back, blah blah blah. My girl's there, she's hearing all this, and then so I tell her, like, I'm explaining to her, see, this is why when I tell you, like, when we are wondering if we are going to be able to do Christmas as well, like, or anything else, none of that matters to me. Right? No one's stealing my tires. No one's shooting in the air. I'm not worried about you walking to the store. I'm not worrying about you going anywhere by yourself. All this shit is extra.
So that's something I get though too, because I didn't grow up around people stealing shit and shooting guns. But I understand being poor and like picking between having really nice presents or fucking food.
Food.
Yeah, that shit humbles you. But my girl has never had to go. So this is the other thing, as I can't make my girl go through that because it's not something I ever want her to experience. So I'm just gonna have to deal with it. I'm just gonna have to suck it up and deal with it because she's never gonna have to go through that.
There's no magical learning experience.
No, there's not.
No, anyone like
and
that,
you wouldn't want to.
I mean, there's shit that you've seen that I don't understand. And vice versa.
Yeah, it's just gonna happen. It's just how it's gonna happen.
How it is. How you're raised, how you grew up.
Literally your journey.
It's so weird because I'm talking to two dudes who like kind of grew up with my brother. You know,
you
grew up around him. I didn't at all. I ain't talking to him at all.
And he grew up different than you too.
Yeah, he did. He grew up like you guys grew up.
Like us.
Like probably closer to how Martin grew up.
Yeah,
because you guys were like around the block from each other, right? All you guys.
He was farther down the road.
But you guys could like hang out. Like, would he come into town?
Oh, I'd have to pass his house initially to actually get to town, but rode the bus. So yeah, we did have some hangouts and shit.
Yeah. Ain't nothing in that fucking town, boy.
I usually don't have anyone come to my house.
I've been to Williams like 5 times.
I'd always go to someone else's house.
Yeah.
I've been to Williams like 5 times already. So I go to Williams and I look at the menu and it's like pixelated as fuck. I'm like, who edited this? I'm like telling the manager, I'm like, I don't know if you did this, but this is ass.
Yeah, because it's from 2004.
Right.
No one's
right.
That place is old.
Do you think our generation is moving in a positive or negative
freaking it's moving in a piss poor direction.
Hey.
Man.
You think?
What the hell? Yeah.
You don't think our generation is more accepting?
See, this is what the problem with our generation is. I feel like we're this accepting, all these other trends that's going on. We're not even focusing on shit we need to be focused on. Like you said, we need to focus on things that are about to happen in the future. Looking at shit, you know what I'm saying?
Speak on it, brother Marty. Speak on it.
But we're more worried about what the Kardashians are doing. What the Kardashians are doing. We're worried about
big speak. This is
right.
Big talk.
You know what I'm saying? Like
you worried doing this. I know because I do it every day. I'm like, ooh,
that girl. Right. Like, and I feel like that shit's put out there to freaking mask over real problems that necessarily they don't want us to speak on or even know about.
It kind of relates to how, the whole thing with your girl, like seeing different problems that are so small compared to what you see is that, like, I feel like our generation is making, because we grew up in this, like, somewhat safe world compared to, like, the 80s and our parents.
For
so
sure.
Like,
nope. False.
Yeah.
In a way.
I don't know.
Okay, so back in the day, they didn't have fucking seatbelts and smoking was healthy. That's how it was back in like the 60s.
But now replace smoking.
Stupider.
But we've replaced smoking.
I think that thing is like we work smarter, not harder. And they don't like that because they busted their ass at a union job for all their life to fend for themselves.
But the thing is that we have lived, with all these problems being fixed before we've actually come into the world. Like racism is still here, but it's not like lynching and all this shit. All the major problems have been minimized, so we don't have to experience it on a major level. But we are just finding so many little things to nitpick. Like, I feel this way about myself, so I'm gonna identify as this. And if you don't say that, fuck you. And it's just all different kinds of.
And
he's
right. Not problematic right now.
Not just the genre.
But and I feel like we're getting softer by the day. We're getting softer by the day. You can't say anything to anybody.
So it's problematic. It's problematic to say soft, right? Because
is it? No, it's not. It's right. No, it's soft.
I'm trying to explain to you.
Everything's problematic now.
That's what we're talking about.
That's part of change. You guys are being boomers right now.
No, we're not being boomers. Oh, it's not necessary.
Zoomer right
okay,
now.
listen. I'll admit to you that in some cases, we can make a big deal out of something that may not necessarily be a big deal in the grand scheme of things.
It happens so often.
But to be more in touch with who you are and your emotions and how you feel, to have the luxury to do that.
That is fine. But why does everyone have to be in your emotions? Like, it's not like you.
See, now
like,
what you're saying is you don't
why?
like people who are just extra in general, not people who are. Thank you. Because see, the thing is you associate.
But that is so many people.
Right. That's the
you
trend.
Associate a specific gender or archetype or how somebody acts with a specific like other thing, and like those things don't coincide. You just like him with the natives. It's not that you don't like people like being like I'm this gender or that gender. It's that the fact that you don't like them fucking flaunting it like it's the best thing in the world, like it's the only thing to ever do. Like
extra people are an issue.
Yes.
So
but this
soft. You mean extra
no?
people.
I'm gonna keep.
They're not
I'm gonna keep my. They're soft, man. You can't say anything to anybody anymore without like. You just have to be careful telling jokes and shit because people.
Yes, because some of the fucking jokes are fucking offensive.
But you know the funny thing is like I want to say like him being poor, me going through racism. I had to put up with racism at a young age.
Yes,
and you know, whoa. So listen.
Go ahead.
Okay, so it's built a shell around me. It's honestly built a shell around me.
I agree.
And I'm thankful I have that shell. I know the pain to get there was pretty shitty, but I feel like in today's age and this generation's, it's just everything. It's everybody's a winner. Everybody gets a participation award. Everybody's first place. We're starting to fall out of just absolute competition with things because people's feelings get hurt. You go to AAU games and you see kids getting mad because they're losing and their parents making it up to them somehow and stuff.
Well,
I feel like the world is like that when we're this generation is just pushing more in the middle, just more and more. People are following that, and we're such a trendy generation. It takes one freaking Twitter to get everybody hooked, and everybody's talking about it, and that's what we're talking about.
Camera.
Yeah, it's just I'm not saying it to say it's not all soft. I just don't like when you label things. It's not appropriate because then if somebody's feelings legitimately do get hurt, I need you to be able to make the dichotomy between somebody having an overreaction and actually experiencing an emotion. Because there's a difference between I've actually been accosted, you know what I mean? Somebody's actually like done something to me and I'm upset, and there's a difference between I'm just mad because I'm
That's
mad.
hard to tell. And
it's hard to tell,
that you were in a situation recently. Right. So it's hard to tell when people, that's hard to decipher. I'm not going to lie. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because I agree with you. Right. So
I agree with
that's
you,
where I'm at.
I just make sure that, you don't get in the mentality of like, oh, everybody's soft. I don't think everyone's soft. I don't want to make a blanket statement and say everybody. Right. There are some people who can be extra and have overt and over reactions to things that do not call for them. They make mountains out of a molehill.
They do.
But then there are people who are actually there's a new resurgence of people actually experiencing emotion. Like my dad. My dad calls me sensitive, which is an awful word because I'm just really in touch with who I am. Like I experience emotions and I express it instead of being hard and like because that's how people end up killing themselves. They act like they're a certain way, and then they bottle it all up, and then they either kill someone or kill themselves or do something crazy. So instead of doing that, you need to express in some way, shape, or form in a healthy or constructive manner in a place with a person of your choosing. You don't do what you're talking about, which is go and get some fucking Twitter fingers and say some dumb shit like
but that's what it is.
Keep that shit to yourself. I do agree that shit can be a fucking overboard as fuck.
But I feel like that's everyone's out.
And we're all exposed to it because the majority of us are addicted to our fucking self.
Right.
Yeah.
That's another problem that our generation.
So if you technology. If you'd rather, express yourself through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, instead of actually sitting down and talking or sitting down and talking to somebody, being real, but you're trying to get that from social media, and you're not going to get that.
That's not just us. No. That's like Gen X too.
Yeah,
like our parents, not your parents, obviously.
Gen X is bad with it, bro.
They're all on Facebook.
Boomers are awful, but Gen X is like a worse extension of boomers, bro.
I read a lady's post about the post office, and it's like she was just going on and on and on about how bad it is, and like the fucking holiday season and shit. Just listening to her, like just like a full book, like 8 paragraphs of just bitching about the post office on Facebook. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
See, that's what I be saying. Listen, if you are ever, if
45 years old,
if you're ever to a point where you're on Facebook and you have gone past, honestly, 5 sentences, it's already too much.
It's raps for you.
It's raps for you. It's quiet for you, my G. I don't need more than 5 sentences.
Right.
Whatever. That's why I like Twitter. To a degree. I don't get on Twitter, but I prefer it over whatever because it has a word limit.
If there is not a picture or a video attached to a fucking Twitter thing, I'm not looking at it.
Hey, I'm not even on Twitter. Right. I'm just saying I prefer there being a word limit so people can't sit there and just fucking
go on and on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if there's not a picture of Baby Yoda or some shit at this point, I'm not looking at it.
You seen Baby Yoda?
No.
You haven't seen The Mandalorian? Are you a Star Wars fan?
No, I'm not.
You got to get into
I've never
it.
watched.
We don't have to because
Also,
it's your choice.
Right, it's my choice.
How is it being an Ohio State fan and Michigan, dude?
I love it.
You got destiny.
The fuck made you an Ohio State fan?
You know,
I don't follow sports, but
my aunt is a diehard Ohio State fan. She lives in Columbus.
Oh shit, that's awesome. I think when I became Ohio State fan, it was like back sophomore year when we played football and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't exactly remember who it was, but I want to say maybe Eric Russell. But I asked him what football team he liked, and he said Ohio State. And I was like,
that was Eric.
Well, so it must have been Eric. So I just like started watching them, and I was never a Michigan State fan in Michigan. I was like, and maybe that's just the trend. Like I was never. I hate being part of things that. Just,
you like going against. The
yeah,
game.
I do,
Yeah,
and I found that with that, and I'm like, you know what, this could work.
But you have to admit, Ohio is a shit state. Yeah. Teams are okay.
Teams are okay, but you're
shit
right.
state.
Overall.
Michigan without lakes. Awful.
Literally.
Now I was about to talk about some shit, but I was about to make it hot. God damn.
What?
Nothing. Just
Make it hot, bro.
No. Absolutely can't make it hot.
Why?
Because listen. No, I was just saying like.
Just say it.
So listen.
Okay.
I hung out. We were over Martin Debo's house like once a week, every week because we play Smash together. Once a week, every week on like Thursday. We were always over his house. And what would annoy me is like I don't know what happens with white bitches and weed. No disrespect.
Damn.
But they just pull up to his crib and just be like, "Yo, Martin, I'm trying to smoke." Like, I'm busy. I'm playing video games with my homies. Why are you pulling up right now? Go away.
I see.
And then like low key, Martin be like playing 2K or something. Be like, yeah, and, go back to playing 2K. So it's like he doesn't even know you're here. You literally just invaded someone's house.
Yeah.
I mean, Martin might have been cool with it, but I always found him obnoxious.
White women in general obnoxious?
No, just the ones who always go to his house and fucking score a goddamn nickel bag.
Yeah. White women are.
Yeah.
They're probably the ones paying fucking 30 for a G type shit. It's very annoying.
That's a good
price. Yeah.
Shit.
I'm guaranteed Martin could have swindled some fucking white girls with some goddamn oregano. Straight up could have had some girls smoking oregano.
Shit.
Yeah.
It tastes like spaghetti. Was it?
I do miss I don't miss them, but they were nice days, like the Ep.10 days.
Oh, the Ep.10 days, man. Them days are nothing like. And the funny thing about them days, man, sometimes I catch myself chasing that high of those days. Like that's what's crazy. Like it was such an impact and
I feel like we're all older now. It was not that long ago, but I feel like we all had to grow up in like a year and a half.
I was never part of your guys' Ep.10 thing.
You were not.
I would go over there. The only time I ever actually went over there was like for a couple parties, but most of the time it was like pick Lionel up, take him to the hospital.
Like, God,
oh my God!
I had to work in the morning. Got a call. Lionel's dead on the couch.
Oh my God!
What was
that
weird
shit's scary.
I was trying to be friends with Lionel, right? And like initially when I came here, and like he ghosted me, Tony ghosted me, and then so I thought Marty was only hitting me up for like alcohol, and like so he didn't fuck with me either. Come to find out, Martin was the actual only friend I had the whole time. Like he was the one actually trying to be real friends with me.
I really was.
All the other niggas were just being like whatever. Then after I realized that later, we hung out a decent bit after that. Like after I went through the cupcake phase with my girl, like we hung out after that. Because this thing was on me. When I got with my girl initially, this thing was on my head. Like
really?
Yes, because I mean like I would literally I'd be at my house playing video games doing nothing, and they'd be like, "Yo, allegedly come buy us some alcohol." And I would allegedly just hop off my computer and go party. You know what I mean? Like it was just like that every time. Like there would always be white women, there would always be alcohol.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Literally, man.
There was one time like it was weird. Like you remember that one time we carried Lionel up to the bed, laid him down, and then we like I literally I can't remember what happened next, but I remember I went to walk home and him and Lionel were in my house, like talking and legit intimidating. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Lionel's shirtless.
This man is wild.
Jesus Christ.
That was also there was one night where I actually had like a real conversation with Lionel about like what happened in the past with like Jesse or whatever, and that was when Big Titty Emily told me that I was a 6. I was like, dang. I like this lispy fucking Jimmy
back
motherfucker.
in the skinny days.
Yeah, I was skinny back then.
Yeah, you really
Yeah,
were.
I was thin.
That must have
You
hurt.
were.
Yeah, I know.
Bitch.
Yeah, I know. I was like, you lispy ass. Whoa, you better get the fuck off of me. Isn't her last name start with R? No.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I there's two though. So
no, Big Titty Emily with the glasses.
Oh yeah, she did that to you.
Yeah, she's only at 6.
Oh my.
Like,
Wait, is this like? Did she have something with Trenton or something at one point?
Yeah.
Oh, that.
You're messy. Jake's messy.
Oh shit.
Dude,
Okay.
one thing. This is the last podcast of the year.
Oh yeah.
So we have to talk about New Year's.
Oh, you got
It's
resolution?
a stupid ass. It's like the resolution thing's
What
stupid
you
as
got?
shit. I don't. You guys have
you be the
resolutions?
same garbage ass nigga you was last year.
Basically.
All this year. No, I'm just
Basically.
kidding.
Try to control my anger swings, my mood swings more.
I'm scared.
Try to get better with those.
I
That's
don't
mine.
have resolutions because I'm either gonna do it or I'm not. So I don't ever make a resolution. I'm excited for 2020 though. It's a election year, baby.
I am extremely.
I'm gonna vote. Are you guys gonna vote this year?
No. I'm gonna continue
Probably.
on my path.
Listen, I don't want to be disrespectful. People died like straight. Not that you asked them to. You didn't ask them to die for your right to vote. But
It'd be
some
ignorant
people,
for me to vote though.
some people got sprayed with
I-
hoses and bit by German shepherds for you to be like, nah, I'm good.
Crawl through barbed
Yeah,
wire.
I will continue. I will continue.
That's
to be
that's
good.
cool.
Like I just
exercise your right to not vote if those candidates are not worthy. I have no problem with that. But
There
if you
is no
find one of
way.
the candidates worthy, promise me you'll vote then.
I didn't even vote when Obama was, and I felt he was worthy of a
Well,
vote.
we were too young.
you
for
were
that.
too young.
Yeah, we
I was
were,
too young to
sorry.
vote.
Yeah,
I
we
know
were.
you were
Sorry.
My dad took
But
us to
even
vote.
if it was, I just don't. I don't feel like it ever. Like I just don't feel like it's.
Dude, it'd be ignorant for us to vote because we haven't followed any of the political news.
You are correct. If you are not well read, it is not a good idea to
If
vote.
I voted for anyone, it'd be fucking stupid.
Then my thing is get fucking well read, you fucking idiots.
But they can't because they
I don't
listen to
want.
one thing. Like everybody
Yeah,
was
it's
telling
bad.
me
You
to
don't
vote
want it-
for Bernie,
Uh-huh.
and the first thing they ever said to me is because you pay for college.
And I was like,
everyone's
oh,
college,
shit,
and that's it.
really?
And that was it. That's all ever.
Yeah, that was
my
2016.
Yeah.
That was when we were literally graduating high school.
I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta, I don't
Yeah.
know. Well, I mean, I don't think either of you in college right now. But I mean, college got fucking crazy expensive.
It
Yeah.
really is.
But
Fuck, dude. My fiance. Oh, that's weird. Calling
hey,
her my fiance.
talk.
My fiance's in
TikTok,
college
that's
and
TikTok.
shit's expensive.
That ring talk.
It's nuts.
Yeah, is it? How you gonna pay for it, nigga?
Nah, getting a
You were the
job.
black girl now too. You fucked up.
Hey,
This nigga
hey,
fucked
this
around,
is-
got engaged to one. There's a reason why we're with white women. That's
Oh
the
man.
reason. Listen,
Oh man.
are you happier now that you're engaged? You think you're like a whole new person?
No, I feel the same.
That's good.
I've always felt happy.
Oh, you do?
I've always been happy.
Anything she can improve on? I'm making it hot right now.
Making it hot.
She's perfect. Girl, you're amazing. Just the way she is.
It's great.
I was Gaylord.
All right. The town. Okay, no.
I don't know if I would want to get married at a place where fags are the Lord. Gaylord.
We
And the
get
fact that they
married.
even named something like that after
We
our
got
Lord and Savior
engaged,
Jesus
not
Christ.
married.
Did you see that Netflix?
No.
That Netflix.
About gays.
No. So they like have Jesus Christ as like sus in it, and people are mad. They're up in
What?
arms. They're like, I can't believe this. Yeah, they have
What?
like it's just like a parody where Jesus is the gay in this Netflix show or
Oh.
Netflix. It's like 46 minutes long. It's like in Brazilian, but they went ham. They're like, how dare you make the Lord gay?
That's not right.
And
I'm
right.
homophobic.
I'm
That's the worst thing I think about religion is they.
I feel like it's kind of homosexual to love a man that much, though. Like if you're a man to love another man, like cry out.
Hang on. Whoa.
Whoa. Right.
Yikes.
Right.
Listen, I think it's super gay.
That you
I mean,
love God.
No, like you're crying out another man's man. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You're my everything. He literally, they say what? Let the spirit in you.
That's gay.
South Park literally had that episode where it was like, "Come fill me up."
Yeah. I don't know.
Yes, bro. Cartman was singing all the, and it works too. You can take any sexual song, put Jesus' name in it. Listen,
Yeah.
you're horny. Let's do it. Ride it for Jesus. See,
That's gay.
it all works. No, but I just think to get on your knees and pray to another man and then exclaim his name in the air.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah,
Kind of gay.
it's a little gay. I mean, I don't like gays.
Just gonna put it out there.
Just gonna put it out
Hold
there
up.
to love another man that much.
A little gay.
And then the Virgin Mary. Come on.
She's not
Let's keep it
virgin.
funky. Listen, if you ever seen that post where it's like that was the wildest finesse, like a girl got caught and she was like, "Oh, it's immaculate conception."
Yeah.
Whoops. God gave me this baby. She had motherfuckers going.
I saw that. That was stupid as fuck.
That would be fucked though if we realized like all this was
fuck?
for no reason and that she just lied and got a guy killed because
Probably
he
was.
believed he was the born again son of the entity that
The
created
devil.
us all.
The devil?
The devil.
No,
It's God.
Jesus. That's kind of
What's wrong with you?
But you believe in God, don't you?
Do you believe in God?
No, I mean I don't.
Oh, no, you
know.
told me you
Oh,
did.
you
It was
don't?
looking-
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
Do you?
Well, Tier and I are both atheists, but I'm
Oh,
a
you
firm
are
believer.
you atheist?
I don't believe in anything except facts.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
do believe in God.
That's good.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
shame him. My
interesting.
sister's
Oh,
very
for sure.
like religious. I have respect for religion. Anything that tells you to do good and you
Oh,
do
yeah.
good, I have respect for. What I
Right
don't have
on.
respect for is when people start twisting it because people literally use the Bible to keep us enslaved at a point. They're like, to be good to God is being a good slave. You know what I mean? So
Right. You're not
yeah.
wrong.
You know, you're not supposed to call them slaves anymore.
Are there
people.
still slaves?
Enslaved people.
Yeah, no, like back in the day, you're not like okay. So have you heard of the Whitney? It's a Whitney plantation in Louisiana.
Wait, are we?
It's not PC. It's not the PC. It's not like a PC thing. It's not politically correct. The reason why they call them enslaved people, it's actually the exact opposite. It's because when you say slave, you just think of like slave. Like you don't think anything of it. It's a slave. It's less than dirt. It's slave. As opposed to a person who was made a slave.
So it's 2019 and we're thinking of new ways to say slave.
No, not.
Is that what you're saying right now?
No.
I feel like
when was that? When was
This
that
is always-
established?
at the Whitney plantation in Louisiana, where like the biggest atrocities in slavery were committed, right?
Yeah.
They changed the wording because when you say slave, it dehumanizes that person so that it's okay to do something to someone who is a slave.
Oh.
But when you say a person who was enslaved, like an enslaved person, it means that they were a person. They weren't a slave. They were somebody who was stolen from somewhere, right? They weren't just somebody who was like dirt and like bought. That was a person with feelings, not just a slave.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
When we read Huckleberry Finn in high school, did you guys say the N-word?
Of course. I'm black though.
Did
Did you read To Kill a Mockingbird?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nigger in that one.
Yeah, there is. That was an interesting time reading
time?
both of those books because
Remember
Right.
white ass Miss Oda Kirk said it out
Right.
loud in class,
and she
it was
wrote it
kinda
on the
like,
board, and that's
Oh, did you? She
yeah,
wrote the N-word
literally.
on the board?
And I right at the time I didn't really.
Give me a Disney Channel one. There you go. Make this hard for Jake afterward.
You're facing the wrong
am.
way too.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
He'll edit it. Don't worry. He's a master. Of it. He'll do it. Don't forget to edit in mine.
I'm running it backwards.
Yeah.
I am.
What the fuck is wrong with you? That's why I turned around.
Well, I can't write it
You have
behind your head.
you have a little bit too much finesse to that. It's almost like
Looks practice.
that's what I was saying. It looks like you've done this before.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever said anything remotely racist during sex?
No.
Never. Not take this big one.
Nope.
Take this big white. Take this big. That's an oxymoron to say big white. Cock.
Right.
I'm the wolf and these are my woods. That's not okay.
What? Where did that come from? I feel like that's something I actually say. You're a wolf.
I'm a wolf.
Said that.
That's what
I'm trying to get in the mud tonight.
that's what that white guy said off of Wolfenstein when he killed the German lady.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. I'm a wolf and these are my woods.
Jesus.
And he cut her head off because he's a
I
Nazi.
have to play both of those.
They're pretty good. Well, I didn't play them. I watched them. Anyway,
What you
fucked
been,
up.
What you been playing lately?
Yeah, video game.
Yeah, I play Madden and.
It's the one thing like over time I stopped playing. Like I was a big fan of Madden for the long.
Really?
I
Yeah,
fucking
I
hate
stopped
every
playing after,
sport
like-
game
Why?
because they're all this bad. They're just so stupid.
You just
Same
don't
shit
like-
every year.
But are
To
you
you.
just not a sports fan?
Well,
Or
back
are you?
even back when I watched football, like in like middle school, I
Right.
hated like
You
just every sport game because it was the same
Really?
shit every year.
It
Literally,
is.
you could just okay. What was your favorite 2K game of the past 6 years?
Oh shit! Probably 16.
Could they have not just updated 16, do a big patch, and then boom, new players?
Yeah.
I
new
feel like
teams?
maybe
Hon-
they should take a
And the
year-
game's
Honestly.
$60 fucking
Right,
every
honestly,
fucking
it
year.
is.
They
the
should
same
take a year
thing.
break. They're just really cash. They could update the fucking roster, but
Literally, that's all they have to do.
until they improve the engine, they should just take a break until the engine is improved. And
But
then
the
release
sales
another
are
one.
still the same though,
It's
because the same
stupid.
people like me,
Same-
dumbass,
yeah,
to buy
yeah.
the same copy
Something that
every
can be
year.
voted
That's
on.
how I was with Assassin's Creed. that's how they got me Assassin's Creed. Like they were doing it every year, and then they
Oh, yeah.
took a year off.
When they do games every year, it gets bad.
Yeah, that's what happened with Assassin's Creed. Like, literally, like they're like, all right, we have to legitimately take like 2 years off.
Yeah,
that's why I took some years off for Call of Duty because I didn't even play like the last two.
No, I can't play any futuristic shit.
It wasn't the same as like
back. You play Modern Warfare though?
That
game's really good.
It is badass.
I don't understand how your brother's still playing Fortnite after all this time.
He's addicted.
I'm just saying
addicted.
that shit's gay. I'm just kidding.
He's addicted to that shit, man. I never got on the Fortnite train ever.
Yeah, no. What are you a big fan of? Like, what's your like your guilty pleasure? Like, what is the nerdiest thing that you're into?
The nerdiest thing that I'm
like
into?
Stuff you don't really tell everybody about it.
I don't know. Probably writing. Like writing. I do.
Writing?
I do. I
Oh
do
my
like
goodness.
writing.
Essays, and
composition,
papers.
Like, basically
What
just
are you
started writing like fucking poems and shit. Like
Oh my
I get down with some
goodness.
poems. Like I'm not gonna
Shit,
lie.
you got one?
I don't got one.
You don't have one in your phone, like in your notes?
Are you the young
I keep
poet?
I keep that shit
Laureate.
locked up.
K. Dot.
But I just dabble in that
This nigga
kind of
say
shit.
K-Dot.
Sorry.
But that's probably the nerdiest thing I do. Like,
I wouldn't say it's nerdy to write.
what is it? What is nerdy? What does nerdy do?
I guess nothing's nerdy anymore. Being nerdy is mainstream
It's
now.
the
Everybody watches
acceptance.
anime and plays
Right.
video games, spend all the time on the internet. So nothing.
If you haven't
anymore.
watched our streamer highlight video, then you're not a real human being at this point.
Yeah,
Literally.
goddamn. Yeah, that's so true.
He's not, yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes
if
that shit just
if you don't watch the
going.
same like gameplay videos like for a month straight, then you haven't lived.
The Last of Us playthrough part 29.
Yeah.
I'm about to watch this shit.
Right. Literally.
Yeah.
I'd watch that shit over TV sometimes.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yo, straight up, I'm coming to expose Martin. I sent you a friend request, and it took you, I want to say 6 months
On what?
to add me back
On what?
on Facebook.
On Facebook.
Because I don't know if you ever get on it, but I'm saying you had a pending friend request from me, and then I saw you post something for I think Donnelly's birthday forever ago,
Right.
and I was like sitting there like, walk this nigga down.
I don't because
I
that
was
shit.
fucking with you.
When that shit got past like 200, I stopped looking. Because it was a bunch of random people that I didn't know. And I
feel
was
it.
tired of opening that fucking box and seeing like
Just
people.
it's ads now too.
Right.
I miss
yeah.
old Facebook where it was
Yeah.
like, one of your friends would post like, just shit my pants, and then someone would comment, that was my friend, I didn't post that. And it was just like,
Right.
only thing you saw was like your friends. And now it's like
Literally.
fucking just ads. Look at YouTube now.
And does that shit happen to y'all? Like where y'all be like searching something on like Google and stuff, like shopping shit, and then it'll pop up in your like
that's not by
Instagram and
accident.
Facebook.
Yeah, that is not
Like
by
that
accident.
shit creeps
No.
me the fuck out. I'm like,
And they make it
And
so
sometimes
obvious
I'm
too.
like,
right.
It's so obvious.
You know the worst
Right.
part though? Sometimes I'm like, damn.
That's it.
Damn.
Instagram too. They have those like
Literally.
really short videos, and you're like,
Right.
I literally have now, so they marketed something to me and I bought it, so it's effective.
It is.
don't buy shit off Twitter though. I've gotten scammed twice.
What?
On Twitter.
Oh, you buy stuff on Twitter?
Yeah, because it's like, it
Well,
sends
you
you
your
a link.
head for that. I'm sorry.
I know, I'm dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
One time it was like lingerie. I was gonna buy for her birthday. I probably shouldn't say that out loud, but
Why not?
Yeah.
it was on Twitter, and I was like,
I was gonna say her
"Oh,
dad.
sorry."
What if her dad watches this?
I'm sorry.
Knows what you do to her daughter.
I'm
his daughter.
sorry.
But let me chime in on that. Isn't buying lingerie fucking kind of hard? Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
I've never done it.
Really?
No, I don't want to spend that money on a broad
Damn.
unless I'm married to her. Then she gets lingerie.
Oh really?
Like I would buy lingerie for the person I'm with now because she's my fiance. I have a child, with her,
Right.
so I have some stake in the game. But I'm not for some. I don't know. I was dirty to these bras out here. Not the person to talk to. Like I tell people all the time, I was worse than you, and I had worse standards. So you can only imagine.
It's getting hot.
Yeah. But, you can only imagine the streaks I was on. Listen. There's some girls I was with that would make you guys probably puke.
Oh,
Bro,
no.
why you do that?
I'm filthy. But there were some
Ew,
girls I
why?
was with that you guys would be like, how the hell was
Do you
there's-
hear this, man?
There's some
Yeah,
girls.
I'm
There
not-
were some
I'm
girls I was
zoned
with.
Right.
I'm zoning out right now.
There were some girls I was with that you guys would be like, how the fuck did he get her? Like there were some girls I would date or like girls I would like fuck. I mean, if there was a level lower than the floor.
Damn.
I don't know, man.
I don't
So
get
you
it.
like going for the fuck anything that walks?
Well, because
I feel like that's where we're leading.
I
for
might
that.
sound like the wild, disgusting sociopath misogynist, but I mean, if a girl's ugly, you can demean her a lot more before she's like, I'm not gonna put up with this. So
It's true.
Hey.
like, I would literally like,
They don't get as much attention.
I let girls top me up and they'd be like, you're a
Right.
fucking ugly thought. And just keep going.
That sucks.
Yeah, I was a piece of garbage. I'm better. I'm wearing.
Dude.
I got holiday sweaters. I got a kid. We got a tree up. We went to Bronner's.
I've legit had
I mean,
sex
I've
with one
changed.
person my entire life.
What's his name?
You're funny.
It's
like-
right.
What did he do to that ass?
That's just so opposite.
That
I
is
know.
crazy. That is
It's
crazy.
a-
I've
Yeah,
had
it's
sex
pretty
with one
opposite.
fucking person my entire life.
I know which is good, but at the same time, the temptation is always there. It's not, but I'm saying like you always have that I wonder what.
No, man.
I'm
telling you, like, I'm not
don't
saying
lie.
He's as bad as Tony.
I would say,
I would.
Okay.
Tony, you know what Tony says? I would never do anything to Haley. I was like, what if she comes downstairs butt booty naked? You're not gonna do anything? No. All right.
Okay, well, that's different though.
He's a liar.
He's single.
Which is what
He's
you're
a
doing now.
liar.
Right.
I've experienced a relationship. I'm happy.
All right.
Do you know how much?
Out you right now?
Do you know how
you
much?
want me out you right now? I'm about to blow your spot up.
Right,
No.
because I don't feel like that's not being happy.
Because let me
Curiosity is
tell
not
you what
being
happened.
happy.
I'm gonna blow his spot up.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
He's like, I
Don't,
just got engaged.
don't. The episode's almost over.
Nah,
Don't
you're
blow the
good.
spot up. We got
So
5
listen,
minutes.
he's gonna cut this out too. We were at work. 3 black women come in. They look pretty decent. They're all right.
Right.
Jake goes, like the you know the type of nasty nigga nod, like straight up objectified, misogynistic pig, chauvinist fucking piece of garbage.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, right?
Alleged.
So for this nigga to say never, I know you at least had it in the back of your head. You watch porn. Don't tell me you've never thought about any of it.
I would never act on anything, and it's not in my head for more than a millisecond.
So, but it's in your head though.
Put it in.
Whatever.
Sure. Yo, if you took Jake to court, I don't recall.
Basically.
I don't recall.
That's why I don't say anything. That's why I don't talk, because I say some stupid shit that I can't recall, and I'm like, I look stupid the whole time.
You don't look stupid. You look cute.
Thanks.
It makes me angry.
He says it a lot.
Yeah.
Cause so this is what happened. He got engaged to a beautiful black woman, and I see it on my. I'm happily engaged, right?
Right.
I see it on my Facebook. I'm like, dang, they look cute together. Next day, I see it on my fucking line again. I'm like, because I'm already irritated. Because
I don't know why it lingered
Amani
so
is a
much.
wonderful person.
It did.
Right?
I'm not
Amani
gonna
is
lie.
a wonderful person. I'm like, okay, cool. This is good, Jake. You got her. You don't need to keep rubbing it in my face. Third day, again. I'm like, all right, I've had it. I angry react to every single photo that has him and her in it on his Facebook, on that fucking post. I'm like, you're just pissing me off. You're checking all their women.
Yes. Look, literally.
It did. Look at that. Look at that linger, bro.
Pissed.
Wow.
I got on my phone and it was like 12 notifications. I turned my notifications off for Facebook, but then like I opened it and it said 12 on the thing. I was like, that's a little lot. That's a lot. That's
Let
a
me
lot.
check this. No, but I was like, whoa.
That shit caught me off guard too, man. That was some big shit. I'm
I
not
know,
gonna
that
lie.
was big
Like
shit.
I was
I
like,
was respectful. That was
I was waiting for it. I mean, dang, like
yeah, a
I
long
was
time
like,
coming.
yeah,
You guys
that's
been
what
together
I.
as long as
I was
Tier and Tiffany, probably what 2 years shy of them two, right?
How long have they been together?
7 years.
Oh yeah, we're about 5.
Yeah, so you guys 2 years shy. Yeah,
Yeah.
about that time.
I was sure.
I got engaged after a year.
Hell yeah.
I'm happy
I
because
also
I didn't
got
have any like regrets afterwards. I didn't have any like.
Second
Should I
thoughts.
really have done that? No.
That's
So
good.
then, if you don't have any regrets and you don't think of any woman, you wouldn't act on it. You would never act. You're not gonna act on any woman. You don't think about other women.
Not only do I not want to, it's not fucking worth it, man.
Yeah, okay.
It's not fucking worth it.
So I never.
You know how much
I
work-
never want to see you on X videos, Pornhub, X Hamsters, XNXX.com.
Okay.
What is it?
But is that
Motherless.
the same though? Is that the same though?
What?
Is what you're saying? Why those?
No, because they put on this like not him specifically. He's done it like a very few amount of times. But Lionel did it to his current where he like for some reason that person believed that Lionel didn't watch porn. I'm like he's like
What?
he's like 18-year-old boy. Like that nigga's dick is probably sore.
Oh, you have no idea, bro. You have no idea.
Jesus. He come in like Randy from South Park.
Just come all over.
Oh
Yes,
my
bro.
god, man.
I'm like, how? And she's like, he doesn't do that. I'm like, oh well, you gotta. I was like,
She
well,
don't know him.
I was
Then.
like, you gotta wake up, smell the fucking roses.
We got 2 minutes. We should talk about
Oh,
just how happy we are to be alive.
yeah. I'm glad
Happy
to be
to be
alive.
here.
I'm glad you came today, Martin. This is
Glad you
good.
guys allowed to be
I'm
here,
glad
man.
something prompted you to come on. Yeah, cause like
I
we were
did.
like we needed a guest, and I was gonna like I usually just like grab whoever's next to me. Like, oh, yo, Kyle, Andrew's at work, Lionel. I'll probably like honestly, if I get your brother, that'd be great.
Oh,
Or his
God.
sister, or honestly, I want Amani on here. I don't know. I want all of our friends group on here, so we just sift through them, and then I start getting
feel
people
that.
outside the spectrum. Maybe
I
somebody
feel
you don't
that.
agree
Getting
with, you know?
deep on this.
Jesus.
I want to bring people in the house that niggas be like, I don't know if I want this person in here. That's the type of people I want
That's
to
who you
interview.
want in my house.
That's who I want to
This is
interview.
my house, by the way.
Yeah.
I know.
I live here.
Yeah.
That's who I want to interview. I want to interview people where it's questionable, like whether or not Jake likes them, and then that'd be perfect.
I haven't actually got into it with anyone yet, so
Who would you get into with, Jake? You're not a very
Someone.
get into person,
not really. No,
unless it's Lionel.
No.
that's true. because I want him to be better. I want his life to be better.
Michael, we should get Michael on here.
I'd get into it with Michael. I get into it with Michael all the time.
No shit.
It's not like real shit, but it's just like, God.
Michael just says shit. And I'm like, oh my God.
Even because he'll walk in and Michael will just say like the dumbest shit. You wouldn't even think of that.
You wouldn't even think of it. It's
what the
it's
fuck?
Hilarious.
Literally every time he says something, I just go, what?
Listen,
fuck?
The other day, okay, so Lionel dates it, or he is dating Lionel's sister. We're talking about Lionel was attracted to Katie or something, right? And then so they were talking, just trading sisters essentially. And then I was joking about being attracted to his sister and Lionel's sister, right? And then Michael goes, "I've never been attracted to one of my relatives."
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. I was like, "All right."
You didn't say shit the entire time.
And was he smiling?
Of course, Michael's.
Oh my God!
You know,
right, that's what I just pictured.
He's like, "All right, hey guys, he sounds like a fucking kid when he tries to talk." I'm sure.
Fucking Michael.
No, but yeah, we're glad you came on here, man. Nice
hey man, thanks for having me, man.
Because Lionel was just saying we hadn't seen you in a bit, and I was like,
I haven't seen that man in a long time since Debo's birthday.
Yeah, false. You saw him Friendsgiving. Oh, Debo's birthday. What the fuck am I talking about? That was after Thanksgiving. Right. Yeah. You haven't seen him since then. He was like, Martin. I was like, that's weird. I always throw the low key shade at Lionel. I'll be like, that's weird because Martin hits me up.
Oh, stop.
I hurt his feelings on purpose. Oh God. All right.